You probably saw by now that Alex Hormozi just broke records with his new book, $100 million Money Models. Literally, he broke a Guinness World Record. But here's what most people missed. He didn't really sell a $30 book. He sold a $6,000 offer that just happened to include the book. And people lined up to buy it. And in this episode, I'm going to break down exactly how he did it, the psychology behind why it works so well, but more importantly, how you can use the same strategy to turn your expertise into a premium offer that sells for $5,000, $10,000, or even more. Let's dive in. Now, when you get a chance, you truly should go watch his live stream. I think it's still on YouTube, his $100 million Money Models book launch. And everything Alex does, what I love about Alex is his intentionality. And there's so much that's already been said. People have done some great videos on this, so you can deep dive into the different aspects of what people want to focus on. One big element of why he was able to do, I think he did over $120+ million in revenue in a day, and sold over 3 million books in a day. So he now holds the Guinness World Record of how many books sold in a 24-hour period. He beat Prince Harry, Barack Obama, and Michelle Obama. I mean, those three, they held the top three of the records of how many books sold in a 24-hour period. Alex beat both of them, all three of them, which is incredible. One of the reasons why, and I won't go into it in this episode because that's not the focus of it. One of the reasons why, a huge reason why, is because he's been setting this up for 5 years. I mean, it was really 5 years of work, audience building, goodwill. He's given everything away for free outside of his first two books, which were very affordable, in order to make this cataclysmic moment with this book launch. And it was all beautifully choreographed and orchestrated over the last 5 years. So I do not want to discount that. When you build goodwill with millions of people for 5 years and you haven't really sold anything, then when you sell something, especially when it's a really well-crafted offer, you're going to crush. And that's exactly what he did. Also, Alex is a disciple of Russell Brunson. And so you see a lot of the offer stack and the way he's doing his webinar. It's very well executed. And so you got to give a lot of credit to the OG and Russell Brunson and how he's influenced so many people. And most people don't even know how many of the big names learned his presentation of an offer and in that sort of format from Russell. And that was executed brilliantly. And then, of course, Alex is just a really brilliant guy. Both Alex and Layla are brilliant. I've had Layla on my podcast. She's featured clips of that conversation on her podcast. I have a lot of respect for the Hormozi. So I'm not tearing anything down. I think it was awesome. I didn't even get to watch it live because I was doing an event all day that day, but I went back and watched it. And it was like, this is so cool. Here's the cool part that I like about it that I want you to take away. He has a $30 book, right? This is his third book. It's a book launch, but what he ends up doing is selling a $6,000 offer to tens and tens and tens of thousands of people over the weekend and does over $100 million in a day. I mean, that's insane. So how did he do that? When people were coming to a free event, knowing that they're like, I'm probably going to buy his book. I know the event's free, but I'll probably buy the book. A lot of them had already pre-ordered the book before they even got there. There was incentives to buy a book, to get a VIP, ticket to the thing. But you didn't have to buy a book to come. You can just watch the live stream. But most people are thinking, yeah, I'm probably going to buy his $30 book, $29.99, right? But they walked out spending $5,998, aka $6,000. How did that happen? Well, let's talk about first the myth of selling products. Most entrepreneurs think that they're selling products, that they're in the product business. I made a product. I have a book that I want to sell. I have a course that I want to sell. I have an app that I want to sell. Whatever it is you think you're selling, that's wrong. You're not selling products, okay? People don't buy products. You make them, you transact them, you think they're buying your product. They're not buying products, they're buying offers. Okay? The product is part of the fulfillment of the offer, but you got to really understand the distinction. what you are selling is an offer. Even if you're a Kajabi user or any of the similar tools, you look in Kajabi, there are two different sections of the Kajabi backend: your products section and your offers section. Why are they two separate things? Because they are two separate things. Your offer is the transformation people want to buy. Okay? It is an invitation. That's what it's called, an offer. I'm offering you an opportunity to get the transformation you want. How we deliver that transformation, how we fulfill that transformation through that offer, doesn't matter. It could be a book, it could be a course, it could be an in-person event, it could be one-on-one coaching. People aren't paying for your thing. They're paying for the value transformation that you bundle with the thing. That's the punchline. That is the punchline. So when you're asking yourself, how can I charge more for my thing or get more people to buy my thing, you're asking a version of the right question, but it's inherently the wrong question. The question you want to be asking is, how can I create an offer that's premium priced and delivers incredible transformation and sells itself because it's so evident that it's desirable, that it's a bargain, and that I have to act now? Now, interestingly enough, Alex Hormozi's first book was called $100 Million Offers. And that's kind of how he got known in the entrepreneur space. He was already doing his gym launch and Prestige Labs and all these other companies, but the online world didn't know who Alex was until he launched his first book and sold it for like 99 cents or $2.99, and it just started to get word of mouth and pick up, and then he started to do YouTube videos, et cetera, et cetera. But his first book was about offers, strategically, because if the offer's wrong, the business falls apart. Everything hinges on your offers and your ability to communicate those offers and price those offers high enough, because most people undercharge, partially because they don't know offer creation, and partially because they don't know how to communicate the value of what people want, so much so that they realize, oh, charging $10,000, let's say, for an offer is actually a bargain because it's really worth over $100,000. Like, that is what people would have to pay to get that transformation elsewhere. So you're not selling products, you're selling offers. Okay, here's what Hormozi did. We'll break down what he did real quick, why it works so well, which is what I'm most interested in, and I think what you're so interested in should be, and then how you can do the same, okay? Number one, he did a couple of launches within the launch. We won't get into all of that. But here's what you actually got. In the end, people were handing over their credit card and spending $5,998. And what he was inviting them to do, the language he was using, was to donate 200 books to other entrepreneurs. I'm not going to get into that, whether it really is a tax deductible expense if you're not using business funds for it, and how all that works. The donation part seemed a little sketchy to me. I'm sure it was legit. I don't think he's that dumb to put himself out there and get into any legal trouble, but that was interesting. He framed it as a book donation, but it functionally wasn't. It was it was bulk purchases of the books. But even bulk purchases, psychologically, nobody wants 200 books. Why? I only need one. I can't use 200 copies of the same book, let alone I don't get 200 times the value reading 200 copies of this. I already have the book. Nobody wants more books. So he wanted to sell more books because he wanted to break the record. So how do you, because I had to do the same thing with my book launch with Rebel. How do you get people to buy 100 copies of your book, 200 copies of your book? Well, you bundle it with what they really want. Okay, because nobody wants 200 copies of the same book. So for $5,998, you got 200 copies of the book. Yeah. And he said that's what they were buying. They're donating books to entrepreneurs that need it. Okay, I think most entrepreneurs have $30 they could buy a book. But what he was really giving, the offer, was really an offer about scaling your business. And it included multiple courses, physical playbooks, like actual mini books, paper books of like his best play, like how to get more leads, how to increase your prices, how to sell better. Like everything he knows and data he had collected on over 1,000 small business owners who had come out to Vegas to their headquarters, and he'd done a lot of consulting with to gather data. He basically put together every bit of training you could ever want to scale your business. Also, he had a custom AI. Everything he would teach you, much like I sell Graham AI, it's like getting into Alex's brain. You can ask Alex a question. So it's like virtual coaching. So he had built an AI of him and all of his playbooks. And there was a ticket to a live virtual event to implement all this stuff, to learn all this stuff. So think about what he's actually selling. Even those are just pieces of the offer. Those things, what he was really selling is, do you want more leads? Do you want more customers? Do you want to make more money from each of those customers? Do you want to speed up or time collapse you going from how much money you're making now in your business to what you want to make? That's what he was selling for $6,000. Business growth and time collapsing that growth. And there's a variety of ways of doing it. The courses, the playbooks, his AI, come to a live event. Oh, and we'll throw in 200 books that you can also get the psychological benefit of, I'm helping 199 other entrepreneurs. We'll put air quotes around that. I don't know how that works. Maybe that does work. Great. If it does work, awesome. I love giving stuff away. But the book was the bait, not the offer. The book was the bait, not the offer. People came because they wanted to buy the book. They wanted to hear about the book. They wanted to learn something cool. They wanted to see the spectacle. Nobody really wanted to spend $6,000 on books. He does this brilliant strategy, right? Where it's this reversal strategy. If you buy this, I'll give you all this for free. So he was saying, if you donate 200 books, I'll give you all these courses and playbooks and this custom AI and this ticket to this workshop for free. And he does this strategically with price anchoring. So we'll talk about that in a second. But he showed you the value of what those playbooks and the courses and the custom AI and the virtual event that he's hosting that you get a ticket to. So you have a numerical amount, a dollar amount in your head of what it should cost for those things. And you're getting them for free if you just buy 200 books. Because that's functionally what those books cost, right? $30 a book, 200 books, that's $6,000. That's what the money was going to, is buying the books, and he's giving you everything else for free. He was willing to lose money on the playbooks, the event that he's giving you a ticket to, the custom AI, the courses, to get you to buy 200 books, because his aim was to sell millions of books in one day, and he did it. I did this with my book launch, Rebel. When I was doing speaking engagements, people wanted to bring me in to speak. I would say, hey, look, my normal speaking fee is X, but what I'm willing to do is speak for free if you buy a certain number of books. Or I would say, I'll do my speaking fee, but I'm also going to give everybody in your event a copy of the book. And they're like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. What am I doing? I'm giving up my speaker fee internally to apply those funds to buy those books and deliver those books. So they're paying for the books, but they didn't want multiple copies of the book. They wanted a great event. They wanted a speaker, and now they're getting both. They're getting a speaker and free books for all their attendees. So it feels like a win-win, and it's all through reversal. So the book came with the offer. He sells the offer, and you get the book and the books. Does this make sense? Okay. Very high level. That's what he was doing. Why this works so well? 4 reasons, and why he crushed it. Outside of what I pre-framed earlier was 5 years of pumping out content, building an audience, serving faithfully, giving away his best stuff for free, building goodwill, so that when he had something to promote, it crushed. Again, this isn't an incredible business model for most of us. Most of us can't wait for 5 years before we sell something, because that's not really how he's making his money, right? That's not his business model. His business model is actually training up entrepreneurs to scale their business to a level where then he can come in and acquire them or be a partner with them and make money off their business as he blows up their business. So he makes money in a different way. He's not necessarily a coach or a consultant or expert that's selling his expertise. So we're going to apply it to us. But there's, outside of all that goodwill and build up and demand that was pent up, 4 reasons why this works so well and how you can do the same. We'll get into that. Number 1, he anchored the value in transformation, not deliverables. So like any good salesperson, He spoke to the transformation you want. Do you want to look good in a bathing suit? What is that worth to you? Do you want to live long enough to walk your grandchildren, your granddaughters down the aisle, or your daughter down the aisle, or see your grandkids graduate? Do you want to avoid a divorce and have a thriving marriage? Do you want to be making $1 million a year in your business? Like, what is the thing they want? That's what he spoke to the whole time. From second one, minute one in his presentation, he was speaking to the transformation, the outcome these people wanted. They're all entrepreneurs or wannabe entrepreneurs that were on this training, this live book model launch event. He spoke to the transformation they wanted from moment one. Everything was crafted around the transformation. So people are already imagining the transformation. So he's anchoring the value in that transformation. So what is that transformation worth to you? What is having a thriving marriage and avoiding a divorce worth to you? Probably tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars, just in the assets that you would lose with a divorce or the cost of the divorce. But like even intrinsically, what is having your spouse for a long time, a healthy, happy marriage? What is it worth to you? Having your children in your home and not having to split your kids up. What is making an extra $1 million a year in your business worth to you? What does that do for your life? Even not only the money, what does it do for your life? The vacations you can take, the stress that melts away, the charities you can fund. You can put your kids through college. You can put them in private school. You can drive a nicer car. You can live in a better neighborhood. You can not have to look at the cost of groceries or gas. Like, I don't even know what groceries or gas cost. And that sounds like prideful, but I literally don't know or care, because that when that used to like be my world, literally when the government had to pay for my groceries and I had to take groceries back. Like, I had brought a calculator to the grocery store. It's so embarrassing to have to calculate, and you realize I got to take this box of cereal back. Like, I literally don't have that extra $5. I know that world. I don't live that world anymore. We don't even look at the price of groceries. I don't even know what gas costs. It's been a decade since I've known what either cost, because it literally makes no difference to me. That could be worth a lot to somebody, to his crowd, right? So he's keeping that transformation front and center, and he's anchoring a value. So you want to do the same. That's what he did. People have a dollar amount in their head. They have a value in their head, and that's what he's focused on. Number two, he framed things. Framing is everything. So people want not only the transformation, but they want shortcuts. They want speed. They want certainty. So that's how we framed the offer. You want this outcome. You want this transformation in your business. How can we get there faster? How could you be certain that you're going to get this number of leads in? Right? How can we shortcut the process? Throughout the presentation, he was teaching people to revere his work. He had to go through all these mistakes when he was launching his first gym. And then what did he learn from gym 1 to being able to expand to 6 gyms and then sell that company for $46 million or whatever he did, right? Or the strategies he was then using to help other people launch gyms. Like, he showed you his own journey, the mistakes he made, how hard it was, the things he learned, how valuable that was. I can help you shortcut that. You don't have to make those same mistakes I did. You don't have to spend years in pain. Like, I can shortcut that process. He was selling the shortcut. And then I brought in 1,000 small business owners and coached them and consulted and got data on 1,000. We've learned from those 1,000 people. We have thousands and thousands of data points. So you can shortcut. So you can have certainty. I know this works across every industry. He listed all the different industries. So there's no special snowflake industry. Very smart. He's framing things in certainty, in speed, and in shortcuts. The third thing he did, and this is more specific to what he did with the book. You may not be selling a book, but the book was the proof of concept, right? He's like, here's the book. This teaches you how to do it. And I'm using everything I'm doing in the book to do this. And so, yeah, you could learn it from the book, but if you buy this offer, this is going to help you implement what's in the book faster. So the book is concept, it works. The offer is implementation. And very often we see this, right? Like, someone could buy my $25 book or my $30 book and have the concepts and know that it works. But to be able to implement it is a separate thing. And a lot of people are going to pay more for all the nuances of implementation and not just the concepts. Again, going back to the framing, people want speed, they want shortcuts, they want certainty. And that offer was framed as that, like, hey, you can actually implement this stuff in the book faster with this offer. And then number 3, he did a beautiful, masterful job of combining scarcity. This offer literally went away. I think it was a 72-hour offer, which scarcity always works. Positioning and status. What do I mean by that? Like, he kind of positioned the people that were saying yes to the 6K offer as elite, as not better than. He did it very masterfully where no one felt condescended, but he certainly elevated people who were spending 6K. He would thank them for donating books. Wow, look at you, you're so altruistic, right? He would congratulate them on taking massive action, on leveling up in their business. You're in the game, you're a player. He had all this language, all these identity statements for the type of person who would say yes to a 6K offer. And it made you want to be that person. Like, I want that status. I want Alex to think that of me, or I want to think that of myself, or I want to be in that group of people that has that kind of status. Status works. Just look at airline reward programs, loyalty programs, right? I love Delta status. Like, I'm a Diamond Medallion member. I try to get all the things, right? It's so dumb in one regard, but it's so cool in another regard. People love status. So he used scarcity, positioning, and status. Okay. How can you implement this in your business? This is the most important part. And this is where I want to land the plane. Because it's great what Alex did. It's great to watch he's a giant in our industry. He's a machine. He said he slept on average 4 to 5 hours a night for the last few months. I mean, he's been working on this launch for 2 years. Like, I don't know if I would want his life. I mean, I know I don't want his life, but it's impressive what he did. But he's kind of an animal, right? He's not a normal human being. But how can we apply this to you? Number 1, here's how you do it. You stop selling piecemeal products, coaching calls, or courses. When you're looking at your products, don't look at, I got this course I want to sell more of. I want to sell one-on-one coaching calls. How many calls do they get? Like, stop looking at the pieces and instead package things together, your expertise, the assets you have that help fulfill that expertise, which could be video courses, it could be calls, it could be an event, it could be books. Package them together into a premium offer. I define that as more than $3,000, ideally more than $5,000. But anything less than $3,000 is considered low ticket. Premium offer that promises a real outcome. So the big question you want to ask yourself is, what is the outcome I've gotten for myself and my clients? What is the outcome I can give for people? That's really what people are buying, not the pieces. So the reason he could sell a $30 book for $6,000 is because he wasn't trying to sell a $30 book. He was selling the transformation that you can get from the information in that $30 book, and he was packaging it in a different way, in a $6,000 way. And that happens every single day, and every one of us can do this. Again, it can still include the stuff that you have. It can include your book. Your offer can include your book. It can include courses. It can include templates. But these are the supporting cast. These are the small little blip in the sales page of really what they're buying, which is the offer of transformation. It's an opportunity to transform their life. It's an opportunity to lose weight. It's an opportunity to improve your mental health. It's an opportunity to get rid of back pain. It's an opportunity to double your income. It's an opportunity to increase your romance in your marriage. It's an opportunity to avoid divorce. It's an opportunity to help your kids sleep better at night. It's like this is what you're selling. Is this making sense? And so the entrepreneurs that are selling, when people say, Graham, how can you sell $55,000 offers, $100,000 offers, $250,000 offers? What are they getting for that? When people ask that question, it reveals they do not understand offers. It doesn't matter what they're getting. It matters what transformation the offer gives them. That is a huge shift. And if you're not charging enough, it's probably because you're thinking about what are they getting to justify the price. That's not what justifies the price. The value of the transformation justifies the price. This, for some reason, this is really hard for many of us to get across. So much so that I created an entire event to beat this into your brain and give you complete unlocks. I have a 5-day experience. It's a 5-day challenge. It's called my 10K offer challenge. You need to come. And some of y'all need to come back. This 5-day experience is designed to help you do one thing and one thing only: grow your business, make more money. The fastest way to do that is to stop charging what you're charging for your courses, for your memberships, for your coaching. You're way undercharging. Guarantee you're undercharging. And the reason you're undercharging is you don't understand offer psychology. You don't understand what makes an irresistible high-ticket offer. You don't understand how to sell those high-ticket offers. You might even think that to sell it, you have to jump on a bunch of sales calls. Not me. I will help unlock all of this for you live. You can come. It's like a 5-day coaching experience with me live. It's happening next week. Okay. So just click the link below or go to 10kofferchallenge.com. All the details are there, but you need to get a ticket. You need to come. You don't want to miss this because this is the fastest way for you to reach your goals. If you aren't doing $50,000 a month right now in your business consistently, it's probably your offer. It's not leads. It's not your ability to sell. It's probably your offer. So let's fix that in 5 days. By the end of the 5 days, you will have your own $10,000 offer. You don't have to charge $10,000. If you want to charge $5,000 because you're scared, fine. You can do $5,000. Or you can charge $50,000. We've had people on this challenge literally by day 4, like we're real time in the challenge. We haven't finished the challenge yet. Create and sell $12,000 offers. Like literally clients say yes. $12,000 offers, $40,000 offers, and a $120,000 offer. That's the highest so far that I've had on a challenge sold on the challenge. And these are people that had never sold anything high ticket before. In 3 different niches. One was in a real estate niche, one was in a music niche, and one was in a podcasting niche. There are no excuses, friend. Come figure out what you're missing to the 10K offer challenge. Let's fix this. And then what you'll be able to do is take your book, if you have a book, or take your course, or take your main message or program and reimagine it in a $10,000 package that people are literally begging to buy from you instead of you having to chase them and convince them. Like literally, I had to almost beg people to buy my book for my last book launch. When I've been able to sell $100,000 offers twice in 60 seconds without even really wanting to sell it. And then like, yes, yes, yes. And I'm like, what? Why is it easier to sell a $100,000 offer than it is to sell a $25 book? Because people want transformation. They don't want books. The only reason they would buy a book anyway is if they felt there's transformation in it. But people want your expertise. You just aren't packaging it the right way or communicating it in the right way. So let's fix that. All the details are in the link below or in the show notes if you're listening to the podcast. If you're listening to this or watching this in real time, we start next Monday. So come join us. And if you miss it, you'll see the next dates on there. I run this event every month because you need it and you need to be there. And people are like, I don't know if you need to come. I haven't launched ever. Then you definitely need to come. This is like, if you're a beginner, this is perfect for you. And if you've been in the game long enough and you're not doing $50K a month minimum consistently, it's your offer. Let's fix that. So friend, you can be like Alex, maybe not with all the nose strips and the jacked muscles and the no sleep and the $100 million days, but you can do $50,000 to $100,000 a month, working 20 hours a week or less, and only work with really good premium people who love what you're doing, and you don't have to chase them, and you don't have to post on social media every single day, and you don't have to run ads, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. You can have that life if you fix your offer, and we can fix that with the 10K offer challenge. All right, friend, hope this is helpful. If it was, let me know in a comment below or message me on Instagram at @TheGrahamCochran, and I'll see you on the next 10K offer challenge, my friend. Bye for now.